We'll start here with Doug McIntyre.
Hi Mauricio, good to see you. How has it been integrating some of the players that weren't here in the summer with the guys that were, and what are you expecting from South Korea tomorrow? Thank you.
Very good. I think very well. All the players that were here in the World Cup and the new faces, they integrate very well. It's a joy to see them, to how they are very united, and it's one team. And that is the good thing, that is very natural from Monday, Sunday that they arrived. When we were all together, the roster was complete. I think it's plus Christian Roldan that arrived. Yesterday I think was, yes, it's a very good I think time together, training, talking, meetings. Yes, I am very pleased so far. We have tomorrow a very good game. I think South Korea is a very good team. Good challenge for us, and I think it's important, you know, to see the way that we want to compete with new faces, a little bit different team that we were playing in the last World Cup. But I think it's important because the challenge for us is to arrive in the best condition to the World Cup, and I think to give option to different players that maybe didn't play before, I think it's important because this is a challenge that needs to be between our players.
Paul, from you too, right?
Hi, Mauricio Pochettino from The Athletic. You get a chance to face against one of your former players in Sonny. I wonder your thoughts on your relationship with him, the chance to play against him, to coach against him, and his decision to move here to MLS, what it can mean for the league, what he brings as a player to this country.
Yeah, it's going to be an amazing opportunity to see each other. We really love each other. Was a very important player, one of the most important players in my period in Tottenham. I was chasing him because when I was in Southampton also I wanted to sign, but he decided to move to a different club, that he moved from Hamburgo to Leverkusen. But then when we moved to Tottenham, we chased him again and we convinced to join us in Tottenham. And I think now he's a legend. After 10 years, he's a legend in Tottenham. He's one of the best players in the world, I think. But he's an amazing player, but he's an amazing person, unbelievable. And yes, it's going to be really, really nice. What he is going to add to the MLS, I think, is this type of player that's going to help in the evolution of the game. For sure, he's going to be an example for their teammate, but also for the players that are going to face him during the competition. I think when we told that about the players, for the national team, I think when I told that the level of the MLS is really high, because the best player, like, if you had the chance yesterday to watch the game, Argentina and Venezuela, Leo Messi is the best player in the world, and as he's playing here, I think the level is really good. I don't say that he's the best in the world, but he can match another leagues in the world. But now, with the addition of Son, also told that the level is growing and the evolution is really good, and for sure the interest in the rest of the world in the MLS, I think is higher than before to add Son. Even that was very attractive. Now with arriving player like Son, make more attractive the MLS. Thank you.
Thank you. Mauricio, you spoke when you announced the roster about wanting to move past everything that happened this summer with Christian, and having spoken to players throughout the week, it sounds like that's happened, and that everyone said that everything in training has been normal, the level's been great, everyone's been happy to see everybody, that's been all good. For you this week, what has that process been like with him, and what have you seen from him in training? Is there that little extra in there? Is the level high? What have you seen from him now that you are back working together again?
No, I told you, for me it's in the past. this type of thing when that happen, always we all made a mistake in some time because we read the situation in different way. But the most important is when you are intelligent people, when if we want to move on and do the right things, it's about to be intelligent. And I think that is easier to understand and to sort the problem and fix the problems. And I think, like I told you, it's in the past, and we can see now two different players, and of course Christian is happy to be here. Of course, he's an important player for us, and I think it's about to build our journey, to the World Cup, and I think yes, the mood is good, the offer is good, and yes, policy behind.
Hola Mauricio, Sanjay con Backfield. Te vimos hace una semana en Columbus en el partido de fútbol americano. ¿Puedes hablar de tus expectativas de ser no solo entrenador del equipo en la cancha, pero también embajador del deporte y del papel de promover el deporte como seleccionador, especialmente en el año de un mundial? Gracias.
Sí, tuvimos la posibilidad de estar en Columbus, en Ohio State, watching an amazing game. We really feel the passion of the people here in this country. It was a great opportunity, to enjoy. That was really amazing. It was really, really, really amazing, and I was happy also to try, to, like you say, representative or ambassador of our sport, that is soccer or football in the rest of the world. I think I feel a little bit of responsibility. It's our responsibility, to translate to all these people that maybe is more focused in another sport like football, American football. Is to try to convince them that share with soccer, that passion. If only a little bit we can translate to our, sport, I think our player will appreciate a lot, and for sure they will help us to achieve or earn what we want. And I think it was amazing. For me, it was a massive surprise. With 53, they say I never can be, it's difficult to have this type of surprise, but to live the atmosphere that we lived there 3 hours before, seeing the passion of the people, the atmosphere, all the things that were, preparing there, the fans on the stadium, 100,000. I was so jealous. I said, I want to coach these teams. I want to be next, And it was amazing. Yes, it was amazing, and talk about the culture of this country. When you want to be very and show the passion, you are the number one. Oh, I don't know why I was talking on the Finnish in English when it was in Spanish.
Siempre.
We'll go over to your right, Henry Bush.
Hi Mauricio, Henry Bush now from The Athletic. What was the reason for adding Christian Roldan to the roster? What do you like about him as a player, and why was it so late?
Because we were chasing for look after him, and in a few months, and then we decided not to add in this roster, but after we were seeing something on the squad that maybe we need one player more in this characteristic, with his characteristic, and we decided after the game against Miami in the final to add. And he was great, because I want to say thank you to Seattle, all the structure, the CEO, sporting director, the coach, and the people in Seattle, because they were very nice. to allow Christian to come here. Thank you so much. And yes, Christian was great from the day one, and then he speaks very well Spanish, easy to connect. But no, I think it's the characteristics of the player that I really like, because he plays really well, he understands the game, he's so aggressive. We were thinking in the past to give the option to be par and to have the chance, and now it's a good opportunity to know him and for him to show his real quality with us.
Good, Roberto, second row.
Thank you. Mauricio Roberto Abramovich. Alejandro Sendejas por fin tiene una oportunidad de estar contigo. Hubo varios campamentos en donde no lo invitaste, en esta vez sí lo has hecho. Está jugando en una posición donde probablemente hay mucha competencia para ser titular, sin embargo, eres un jugador que puede jugar varias posiciones. ¿Cómo lo ves tú y qué tiene que hacer él para quedarse en la selección nacional de los Estados Unidos?
Bueno, muchas veces no depende de los jugadores, depende de nuestros gustos y de lo que nosotros entendemos en cómo estructurar un equipo para tener un equilibrio determinado, ¿no? Por diferentes razones en la Gold Cup no estuvo, porque nosotros pensábamos que podía tener la posibilidad de clasificar para la Club World Cup, y bueno, al final quedaron fuera con Los Ángeles. En ese momento ya nosotros habíamos decidido el roster y así que no tuvo la posibilidad de venir. Esa fue un poco la decisión, pero es un jugador que nosotros valoramos mucho y que sí, estoy de acuerdo contigo que es un jugador que puede jugar en diferentes posiciones. Es un jugador que se conecta muy bien y que tiene muy buena sintonía con todo el grupo. Sí, es un jugador interesante. Bueno, esperemos que, como nada está decidido, todos tienen la chance. Por supuesto, Alejandro tiene la chance, y va a tener la chance de poder estar.
Gracias. Andrew, straight down.
Always good to see you, Coach, and you touchdown in Columbus the way you did. Nakai Banks has received praise from Tim Way and a few others for how he's performed. How you view Nakai in his first call-up with the national team? And Daniel Levy, he stepped down from Tottenham yesterday. Just your thoughts on Nakai Banks and Daniel Levy moving on from Tottenham?
Sí, pero es dos, ¿no? La pregunta es... ¿Qué me pregunto de eso? Okay, Noki, sorry, I wanted to know exactly. Noki is a player that is really young, but with amazing potential. I think for different circumstances we wanted to make to give the opportunity to come with us. I think it was a great moment and opportunity. He's really young, but it's good to see him, and because he can go fast, to the next level. And this type of player always you need to understand that, to know before, because after you can be surprised and say, oh, we didn't have the possibility to see or to know how he is, or because maybe today it's a little bit, you can see, yes, it's a player that we big potential, but maybe you say, but you think that he's ready to play or not to play. That is this type of thing that you need to be ready and prepared, because sometimes his transformation or in the way he pass, maybe he can be faster than another, and maybe he can arrive in 6, 7 months, 8 months, and can be the best central back, in Germany, playing there, and we didn't pay attention on him. I think it's really important, because I think at the moment it's not like we have 10 central back and then he's the 11, and because it's really open, I think it's good to have the opportunity to see him, give the possibility and see how he is. And for sure he is going to be more mature after this camp. And we are not only to helping today the federation, but also for the future. And yes, I knew the news about Daniel Levy yesterday. I am a little bit in shock because he was my former president. I don't know what happened there. Of course, I sent the text to him, and I sent the text to different people that were very close to him, and still no answer, but for sure, yes, I don't have more information, and only what I want to say, I wish him the best in his, life, family time or life. My relationship always was very good, and yes, I was in shock with too many people that we know him.
What difference do you see physically in Serginho Dest now from the week he came in June? And what does having an attacking fullback like him do to change the formation and plans you want for the team?
I think it's the evaluation. I think it's in, of course, now it's in risk. Now is a player that is fit to play. Before wasn't fit to play. That was the difference under our assessment. And I think he was also honest. And in some interview, I think yesterday or before yesterday, he recognized I wasn't. I think it's very good player. It's a player that with the flexibility to play high, start building with him, with his quality, using him like a midfielder, using different setups and different positions. For me, the most important is we need to find the right organization, but from this organization, from that position, after to have the freedom to move and to create superiority, if he play on the side, or he also to have the possibility to go and to create and to use the half space between the line, because he's a player he receive there and have the capacity to go forward and beat player, score goals, because I think he's a very versatile player that can provide us the possibility that not to be to have that impronta of we are not predictable. That is a thing that I hate, to be predictable. But you need this type of talented player, that can do different things from respecting the organization, but having the possibility to also to create the chaos in the opponent, because he's creating the chaos in your team, but with the organization. No? I don't know if I can explain, but I try. Do my best.
John?
Thanks, Michael. Jonathan Tannenwald from the Philadelphia Inquirer. What, for you, Mauricio, is success over these two games? Is it just winning? Is it playing a certain way? Is it getting all of the players on the field over the two games? Within that, with the goalkeepers, do you want to see all three of them play, or is Matt going to get most of the minutes, or what do you think?
Successful is to keep what we start to build in the World Cup. That I think is the principal objective, because after with few days training with different faces, different characteristics of the player that never played together, it's difficult to find, and to perform in the other way. It's difficult to this magic touch, from them to behave in the way that we expect, for our team. The most important is in this type of games is how we are going to compete, and compete, respecting some rules on the game. Always is good to win because that gives you more confidence and trust. But I think the objective is to try to add player and new faces that really start to buy the idea that we start to build when we start the World Cup, or when we start also the 2 games before, even if we lose. But I think that is why I am a little relaxed that the main group start to understand what we want. And if we want to arrive in the competition, the World Cup, in our best condition is, of course, they need to know each other. In some point we need to start to cut and say, okay, to define and the percentage to increase the players that we believe that are going to be in the World Cup. But always keeping that mentality, no? And that is, for me, is going to be successful in the next 2 games.
Right.
Thank you. Mauricio, this is your first time working with Florian Balogun. I know he's been injured and you haven't had a chance to get him in. How's he been like in your first camp? And speaking of predictability, does he give you a different look and a different profile of forward from maybe Sargent or Downs or some of the other forwards? Discuss what he does for this team and your first interactions with him. Thank you.
Yes, that is another player, no, that we need to look after and to pay attention and not to take too much risk because his background, you know, and our injury. That is a massive responsibility for us. Massive responsibility because the period of that we are now, where all the club came, some clubs with not too much precision, some clubs with more precision, but players that were involved in some place, another injury like this, is make us to be very, very, very focused in in that case, Florian, maybe to pay attention a lot. We were talking a lot with him. I am so happy to have him here. We did 1 week before, we were not sure that it's going to be available or not to come, but also with intention is more than expecting that he perform in the next 2 games, that to know and to him to know us also, and that connection was very good. That for me is very successful. If Florian, if Valo play 90 minutes, so happy. He play 45 minutes and 45 minutes, so happy. He play 0 and 0, so happy too. Because what we want is to give the possibility to be consistent, to have continuity, come back to Monaco and do the right things, and to have the possibility to arrive to the next camp stronger. And also with being here very, very confident, and I think it's important for him and for us is to be intelligent in the way that we are going to manage him, trying to provide the best tool for him, continuous improving. That is why, no, is successful is win, but also is to provide some player the possibility to have the continuity, because we don't have too much time until the World Cup. It was a good moment to bring and to know, but always respecting the club and say we are not going to take any risk because we want that this player come back and keep playing and continues improving.
So as we conclude, one note, tomorrow's match at Sports Illustrated Stadium, our first since 2017, is officially a sellout, 26,500. Thanks Mauricio, thanks
Thank
everyone
you so
for
much,
joining.
guys.
We'll see you this afternoon.
Thank you. See you later.